What is going on, guys? It is Daniel back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a video on the event store. Now, the event store was added with the last patch, the Christmas patch, but I wasn't quite sure if it was going to stay around, so I didn't really want to do a video on it. But now that the patch has ended and we have these new items, I see that the event store is something that's going to stick around, and I'm actually really happy that it's going to be. So, for starters, you have over here in the full event, I think it was 17 days, you have the Hydra Transform Key. This is a transform key. It is not the schematic, so you do need to make sure that you have the legendary and epic guns to actually transform into this. But it is a pretty good gun. I've heard really good things about it. I don't personally have one. I'm going to be grinding the gold and trying to get a video out on this gun very soon, probably in the next couple of days here, so be on the lookout for that. The next thing is Base Hype, which is a hero. This constructor is focused on bull rush and base, increasing the range and, giving you electric floors and stuff like that, while also giving you stuff like emergency override and riot shield to your bull rush, so you can kind of push husks away from you. Pretty good constructor overall. If you don't have a good constructor, highly recommend picking it up. The Copper One-Shot. Now, the Copper One-Shot is a sniper, and I do not recommend getting this. I don't really think that this gun is very good. I upgraded it to like 2-star, and I used it on some lower level enemies, and it felt like it was too slow. I mean, it does a ton of damage with your one shot. I mean, it's literally called the one shot. But I think that there are other guns out there that definitely outclass this gun. But if it's something that you want, you actually have 2 rolls on this, so you can, make sure that you get the stats on it that you want. So the next thing is the Copper Storm Chaser's Revenge, which is a legendary axe. Again, you have 2 rolls on this one to make sure that you get the perks that you want. I think that axes aren't necessarily the best melee weapons. I think hardware and swords are, because there's no heroes in the game right now that really have benefits to axes. I'm assuming eventually they will release heroes that focus on axes and other types of melee weapons. But right now, I highly recommend saving your gold for something else. Don't really think that this is a good buy. Tank Penny. Now, this tank, she's a tank, and she's just up in your face. She's highly, she focuses highly on kinetic overload and using blunt weapons to deal damage, while also increasing her shield and I believe her max health right there, and also just dealing massive damage with your blunt weapons. She doesn't have much into her actual skills, but she could definitely take some huts down with some blunt objects. So if that's something you're into, definitely recommend picking this one up. The Floor Launcher. You have 1 roll on these, and I 100% recommend getting this. The Floor Launcher and the Wall Launchers are nuts. They can keep zombies away, and it's just a really, really good schematic and trap, and also they're not too expensive. The Wall Launcher is a little bit better in my opinion, but you can definitely still do some cool things with the Floor Launcher, so I recommend picking this up. And then lastly, you have the Survivor and the Sniper. I'm not going to talk much about these. Sniper, I think defenders are useless right now, but if you like using defenders, I guess. They've kind of changed the way defenders work a little bit, so it's a little bit less micromanaging, but it still can be annoying to have to deal with them. And then your Survivor, if you have the extra gold, 100% pick it up, always. Now over to the weekly items. You have your Legendary Flux, your Armor Slot, your Storm Shards, your Lightning in a Bottle, your Eye of the Storm, and your Pure Drops of Rain. These are going to be there every single week, along with the Epic Flux and the Rare Flux. Now, what the Flux does, if you don't know, the Flux is to upgrade the rarity of something. For example, if I buy this Support Specialist Hawk and I have 100 of these Legendary Fluxes, I can upgrade that to a Legendary Support Specialist Hawk. So I'm probably not going to explain that every single video. Just to start, I'm going to explain it. And it's the same thing with these. These ones up a green to blue, and these ones a blue to purple. So also, you have your armor slots. I'm assuming this is going to be here every single week as well. If you're having issues with not having enough spots for all your schematics, by all means, pick this up. But I know I will not be spending the gold on them. Support Specialist Hawk. This, I think it's a soldier. Yeah, it's a soldier. I don't know why I had to think about that. He is a pretty good soldier. If you do not have a good soldier, this guy is awesome. If you have a good rocket launcher schematic, I highly recommend picking this guy up because of this right here. There are many like it. Your weapon takes 0 durability damage while affected by War Cry. That means that you pop War Cry, you pull out your rocket launcher, and you blow everything up, and it takes no durability. This guy is definitely somebody that you should pick up if you don't have a good soldier already. Also, with this and some legendary flux, you can upgrade this guy to legendary, and I also would recommend that for the much needed stat boosts. Next is the Copper Clipper. I don't like this gun. It's just not a very good shotgun in my opinion. Some people, actually, I don't think I've ever seen anybody like this line of shotguns. But if you don't have a good shotgun and you're looking for something, you might want to pick it up. You have 3 rolls on it to see if you can get, you know, the best stats on it that you need. Defender Sniper, again, I do not recommend actually getting that. A Survivor, an Epic Survivor, you have 2 of them here. If you've bought everything that you want in the store in this amount of time, you might want to pick this up, but I would just recommend saving your gold for the next weekly rotation of items and not actually buy Epic Survivors, unless of course you need them. Base Kyle, I don't recommend buying this unless you are very new to the game. It is just not worth the resources to buy this guy and then upgrade him to blue and then epic and then legendary. It would just cost way too much, so I do not recommend getting that. And then your last 2 for your weekly bonuses, or daily, not weekly, daily. Every daily you get 100 of these bronze tokens. What are these called? It doesn't tell me when I curse over it. But the Copper Haywire Storm, I don't recommend getting this. This pistol is not very good. Overall, pistols I don't think are very good. There's like 2 of them that are okay, and they just outclass all the rest of the pistols, and this is not one of those 2. I don't recommend picking it up. Wall lights, on the other hand, are pretty good, especially if you use them in conjunction with the actual the ceiling trap. What is it? The ceiling trap with poison. I don't remember exactly what it's called, because what these wall lights will do is lock them in that poison over time, and it'll just do massive damage. If you don't have a good pair of wall lights, I definitely recommend picking these up if you have the extra daily currency. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.